The Pittsburgh Penguins 3 in overtime with announcers Barry Landers and Jean Potvin.
I'm sure you've heard the expression, on any given day, any team can beat another team. Regular season means nothing when you come down to one game, and that's what it has come down to. 8 minutes left. Islanders trail the Penguins 3-1.
Off the draw, Penguins win it and control as McClellan comes up with the puck. Pittsburgh has won so many key faceoffs here in the final period, especially in the Islanders' zone. Islanders now have it in their own end. Potvin headbands to Goring. Goring's pass picked up by Bossy as he skates to center, decides to shoot it in. Dion stops behind the net, flips it away from Bourne in the corner, hops over Bossy's stick. It goes to Morrow, shoots it back behind the net, and Keogh, or rather McClellan, trying to get it. Potvin keeps it in, deflects off of Bossy. Bossy in front for Bourne, couldn't get the shot off as he was tied up, and Price will skate it to center on a three-man rush. Flips on left wing boards for Shutt. Shutt inside the blue line, tries to go to McClellan, and Potvin takes it behind the net. Off the boards for Bourne, 7:17 to go. Islanders down to just one goal. They were held in check by Pittsburgh the last three games. Here's Trautwig racing down the right side on Carla. Brian cutting in front. It's knocked away by Dion. A penalty going to be coming up on the Penguins, I believe. Carlisle, a tripping call.
Well, Brian Trautwig made him take that penalty as he cut in around Randy Carlisle to his left and came back in front of the net, trying from the angle to come in and jam it in and maybe even take the goaltender in kind of a fullback style move. But he was tripped or hooked by Randy Carlisle, and the Islanders power play. If there's ever a time that they needed a goal with the man advantage, it's now. 7:04 left in this third period, and the Islanders have a power play. It's their seventh of the night. They are 0 for 6. Carlisle for hooking at 12:56, and the Islanders will have the face-off inside the Pittsburgh zone to the right of the man that has been the key, and almost by himself, the only reason why this game is where it's at, Michel Dion.
Islanders, John, in the playoff against Pittsburgh, 3 for 21 on the power play. They had the best power play in the regular season, nearly 29%. They're operating at 1/7 on the power play tonight. Trautwig, Kalur, and Gillies up front. Potvin and McEwen back at the points. And the Islanders need one right here. It goes without saying. Sonderot on the draw, goes to the corner. Baxter is tied up by Kalur. Trautwig works the puck back at the left point to Denny. Potvin with the drive, deflects wide behind the net in the corner. McEwen in along the boards. Boutet takes the puck away and whistles it along the boards. Gillies couldn't keep it in as the puck goes all the way down the ice and precious seconds waste. Here's Potvin behind his own goal. 6:40 to go in the game. Islanders trail by 2. Potvin to center. Lead on right wing. Kalur cutting it on Price. Kalur backhander into the pads of the goaltender Dion. And it's wound around the boards all the way down the ice. Boutet, the only man out, picks the puck up down the right side. Coming in. A drop pass now for Ferguson. He shoots. Saved by Smitty. And McEwen looks for the rebound. Instead, Smitty gives it for Trautwig. 1:18 to go in the Islander power play. 6:20 to go in the game as Brian carries to center. On left wing for Tonelli. Cutting in on Baxter, who rides him out of the play behind the net. Baxter's got the puck, sweeps it around the boards. Nobody back at the point, and it's all the way down the ice with a minute to go in the power play. 6:05 to go in the game, and Potvin has to start it up again. Islanders send some fresh troops on. Here's Goring at his own end. Butch at his own line. Goring to the red line. Decides to flip it in left side of Dion. Will try to chase it down. Chorney beats everybody to it, but deflects off his stick up in the crowd and placed up with 46 seconds left in the Carlisle penalty and 5:50 in this third period with the Penguins sitting on a 2-goal lead.
Islanders on the power play are very anxious to get up the ice. As a matter of fact, they're a little over anxious as they get out there and they shoot the puck in the Pittsburgh zone all right, but they have all of their 5 players going in deep. The Pittsburgh Penguins have shot it back around the boards, and there's something happening right now that is very, very unusual, and I know exactly what's happening. I think the Islanders need to give a few players, Brian Trautwig, Mike Bossy, Denny Potvin, John Tonelli, a break, a little rest. Now, Al Arbour has replaced Billy Smith by Rolly Melanson. Now that allows Melanson to take a couple of warm-up shots for maybe 35 seconds to a minute. Now those guys that Al Arbour wants on a power play can rest on the bench. Rolly Melanson will have to start the remaining part, or the next shift. The next time the puck is dropped, Melanson will be in nets. At the next whistle, Al Arbour can replace Melanson with Billy Smith. But this buys him time for his power play specialist. And that's the only reason he did it, because Denny Potvin could not go on anymore. He went to the bench with 52 seconds left in the power play, which is unusual, but he's been logging a lot of ice time. Brian Trotwig's been out there a lot. So has Bossy and Tonelli. And obviously these guys would have had to come off, and it's their bread and butter. So they want to give them a rest, which they're taking care of right now, because this is obviously the most important 46 seconds, the time left on that power play, that the Islanders can really remember having possibly in their career. The Islanders are a team that everybody said was the best team in hockey. Everybody agreed that they were the odds-on favorite to win their third straight Stanley Cup. Everybody felt the Islanders were stronger this year than they had been last year, and stronger than they had been in the first year of their Stanley Cup victory. And all of a sudden, for this to happen, boy, every dog gets his day. Well, I'm telling you, the Islanders have been completely kept away from the back of the net that Michel Dion has taken care of. And when you say on a given day anybody can beat somebody else, well, the Pittsburgh Penguins outplayed here in this game, without a doubt. But they win where it counts right now. And it's the only stat that they have going for them, possibly. But it's 3-1 Pittsburgh. 5:50 left in the third period. 46 seconds left in Carlisle's penalty. We're ready to go. Face-off will be inside the Pittsburgh zone to the left of Dion. Well, what a finish.
John, the Islanders, who had 15 goals in the first two games, have been held to 4 in the last 3. After blowing out Pittsburgh here, the Penguins, to their credit, have come back and did not quit. Their owner humiliated them, and they have responded the best way any team can by doing it on the ice. And the Islanders face here as they've got 5:50 to go. Trotwig, Bossy, and Gillies. It's McEwen and Potvin out there, face-off left side of Dion. As Melanson is in goal, off the draw, Trotwig flips behind the goal, goes after it. Bossy's got it in the corner. Michael at the left side. Now to Potvin, can't keep it into the blue line and has to go back to center with it. Islanders so over-anxious, making the little mistakes. Gillies tied up at the blue line. Bossy works it free, 30 seconds on a power play. Cross ice to McEwen. Mike carries in, drops it for Trotwig, tied up by Sonderot. Bossy shoots, save made, rebound, score! Mike McEwen putting in the rebound! 5:27 to go, and the Islanders on McEwen's goal have cut the deficit to 1. Well, if they ever needed a goal, it's this one. The guys probably started thinking on the Islander bench that they'd never score another goal. But the job's only half over. They have 5:27 only to score another goal at least. Billy Smith is back in the nets. Mike McEwen scores after Bossy shoots the puck from the top of the circle to the left of Dion. Dion again, an incredible save to his right with the pad, about 1.5 feet off the ice. But the rebound goes out in front. A few of his players fall on top of him. He falls down, incapable of getting back up. The puck goes in front of the net to his right. He can't get up in time to move over. McEwen gets there. He takes the shot in the open net, and it's 3-2, and the Islanders score their second goal of the game. The time, 14 minutes, 33 seconds, as this crowd is on its feet. They want this team to keep it going. I don't think you're going to see too many people sitting on their seats from here on in. So Mike McEwen, go ahead, Terry. All right, John. Mike McEwen, his second from Bossy and Trotwig, 14:33 the time. Goring, Tonelli, Nystrom, Morrow, and Potvin out there for the Islanders. It's Sonderot and Goring for the face-off. Penguins get it. Otham back in his own end. Now to Carlisle. He flips it to the red line, and the Penguins Penguins shoot it in. We'll keep you abreast of that very important clock as much as we can as Potvin skates it up the middle. Here's Denny to the red line as the crowd goes wild. Potvin down the left side, cuts in, he shoots. Save made on the pad. Rebound along the boards. Ferguson dumps it out as it deflects to center ice, and Goring's got it. Back to Morrow with 5:05 to go. He retreats against the checking of McLeish. Now has to cut behind his own goal line as McLeish is all after him. Kenny now circling at his own end, wasting 10-15 seconds. Goes to Potvin, watched by Bullard as the Penguins put a little forechecking pressure on, and the Islanders cough the puck up at center ice. Ferguson across the Islander line. Behind Bullard, he goes after the puck, comes in, shoots, save by Smitty. Rebound loose in front. McLeish going after it, it's kick free. Here's Bobby Nye with Carlisle back. Nystrom cuts to center. Down the middle across the blue line. Bobby Nye loses control of the puck, and it's flipped back to center ice. 4.5 to go. Penguins 3, Islanders 2. Islanders McEwen goes cross ice now to Kallur. Anders, who's got the enlargement. He shoots it in. It's deflected out of the goal. Meanwhile, Price winds it around the boards. McClellan trying to get it out. Does. To Bullard. Off the right wing boards for McClellan. Islanders McEwen can't control. McClellan shoots it in. 4:10 to go. Gillies has it in his own end. Clark going cross ice to McEwen. Mike trying to stick handle beautifully down the middle. On a 3-on-2. McEwen with the puck. Takes the shot. Safe. The rebound knocked away by Price, and a great save that was. Price out in center ice to McClellan. 3:58 to go. McClellan to the Islander line. Right on with the drive. Lodgman gets the rebound. Sends off the boards for McEwen. Mike rolling it up to center ice for Trache. He eludes Sonoron momentarily, who takes him down. No call as the puck is loose at center. Sonoron and Bossy go after it, and Andre's got it. Off the boards now, stolen by Gillies with 3:40 to go. He flips it in off the right wing side, and Carlisle's got it with 3:37 to go. Carlisle's the Islanders make a line change to the red line. The former Norris Trophy winner shoots it off the boards. He'll go off as we're down to 3:28. Islanders faced with an elimination here unless they can come up with a goal. Lane in his own end. Fan shot by Boutet. Chance as he came out in front off the fan by Lane. Quickly the Islanders at center ice. Bossy down the middle of America across the blue line. Crisscrossing with Bourne off of his stick, and McLeish with 3:10 to go comes up with it. McLeish at his own line. McLeish to the red line, takes the shot. Smitty knocks it down and leaves behind the net now. As Ferguson was charging down the side, it goes to Morrow. 3 minutes to go in the game. Ahead Bourne. A lead brought in is Kallur to breakaway. He shoots, save. The rebound. Bourne into the pads as Merrick couldn't get it up, and a whistle blows. Play is stopped. Unbelievable. The Islanders out of breakaway. We have time called. Looks like a 2-line pass whistle down on the Islanders. So with 2:58 to go, we'll pause for this.
Attention, auto part dealers. Bob's Automotive at 22202 Hempstead Avenue in Queens Village has a complete line of AC Delco parts now available for all your customers' spring tune-up needs. AC Delco parts are designed to help keep your car's engine running smoothly with that reassuring purr. So come on in and get ready for the spring rush. That's Bob's Automotive, 22202 Hempstead Avenue in Queens Village, New York. They're working hard for you. Well, that excitement, and I mean it was, a breakaway from the blue line in on Michel Dion, who made the saves first on Kallur and then Wayne Merrick on the rebound, was all for naught. It was a 2-line pass, but because of the noise, nobody heard it.
Islanders win the face-off out in center. Bourne tied up along the board. Sonoron shoots it in. Goes right side of Smitty. Along the boards with 2:48 to go. Morrow gets it to center, but McClellan's got it there. Checked by Merrick. McClellan, the rookie, shoots it in. Knocked off of the stick of Morrow in time. Ticking away. 2:38 to go as Lane with his club down by 1. Hunk from behind is tripped up. There's no call by the referee. It's picked up now by Morrow. He circles against the checking of Boutet. 2:28 to go as Lane from the red line will crank it up. He fires way wide. Off the boards, Carlisle goes after steal. Scores! The Islanders tie it! And the Islanders are mobbing the great effort of John Tonelli. He took it off the boards. It took a crazy hop out in front. And we're tied at 2:21 to go. And they're going crazy at the Coliseum.
Unbelievable. Johnny Tonelli scores the tying goal with 2:21 left in this third period, and it's a brand new hockey game. A bad break for the Pittsburgh Penguins as Lady Luck smiles on the Islanders. The puck is shot by Gord Lane on the board to the left of Michel Dion. And Randy Carlisle is there first to retrieve it, but it bounces over the blade of his stick. Tonelli forechecking, picks it up, just below the face-off dot to the left of Michel Dion. And he puts the wrist shot from 10 feet out at the bad angle, just inside the far right post. And Dion stands there, unable to move. And it's his second goal of the game for Tonelli. Morrow and Lane assisting on that goal. The time, 17 minutes and 39 seconds. And what a finish as the Islanders trailed 3-1. But then McEwen got one of those back at 14:33. A power play goal. Bossy and Trottier assisting. And then finally, John Tonelli, a few seconds ago, as this building is ready to come down, scores the tying goal. 2 minutes and 21 seconds away from elimination. The Islanders fight back and scratch and bite and finally make it. But it's not over yet. It's not won.
What an incredible turn of events. Michel Dion had stood the Islanders on their head with this play. An unlucky break for the Penguins as it took... We've talked about that crazy bounce off the boards earlier this year. It took that bounce off to the left of Dion, and Tonelli capitalized, the ever-present Tonelli, to get the goal. All right, off the face-off, Islanders control. 2:15 to go. It's McEwen off of the stick of Tonelli, recovered and center by Ferguson. He comes across the blue line, jumps it on the left side. McLeish shoots, save! Billy Smith with the puck in his pads. 2:07 to go. Oh my! McLeish from a good angle.
Islanders caught on a 3-on-2 as McLeish ends up with the puck at the top of the circle to the right of Smitty. He moves in, he looks, there's no place to pass it. He's got to shoot it. Smitty comes out of his net, and the only opening is between his legs. McLeish does not try to shoot it too hard. He just tries to place it. He's an exceptionally accurate shooter. Smitty just grabbed it with his two pads as he closed it, held on to face off to his right.
All right, Brian Trottier out there with Bobby Nystrom. Off the draw, Bullard and Trottier. A battle for it at the boards. McEwen wins it. Now behind the net for Langeman, who's checked by Ferguson. A pass off the boards, recovered by Trottier. Back behind his own net, Langeman to McEwen. McEwen headmans to Trottier with Nystrom and Goring. Here's Trot on right wing. Nystrom closing in. Has it poked away nicely by Price. Clears it out to the blue line. Kept in by McEwen. In the corner now, Price with 1:45 to go. Dumps it to center off of Potvin. Denny collides momentarily now with John Tonelli, but Denny picks it up. Comes to the blue line. Denny closing in. Takes the drive. Not the rebound. Goring. The shot goes wide. And Dion covers up off the other rebound as the Islanders missed an open net that could have won them the game.
Incredible finish. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. Denny Potvin skates over center ice, over the Pittsburgh blue line. All of a sudden, both defensemen split wide open. Denny Potvin from 30 feet out takes the devilish wrist shot. And it's going to the left, about 1.5 feet off the ice of Dion. Dion makes the grab, but he drops the puck. Tonelli and Nystrom go to the net. They both bang at it. The net is open, but Dion manages to get his glove on it and hold on to face off to his left. What a finish. 1:31 left in this third period. It's tied at 3.
All right, the Islanders have sent out Clark Gillies, Brian Trottier, and Mike Bossy up front. It's Potvin and Morrow back at the points. It's Sonorata and Trottier for the faceoff. Off the draw, loose of the circle. Trottier wins it. The Bossy shoots, save! Off the pads of Dion. Bossy gets it back to Denny. Along the boards for Bossy. He feeds in front. Knocked away by Carlisle. On the stick of Shutt with 1:20 to go. He carries to center. Off from behind by Trottier. Still with the puck. Shutt is taken away off the puck in the corner now. Morrow after the puck. Works it free to Bossy. Michael with skating room. Goes cross ice to Potvin. 1:05 to go as Denny carries to center. Denny to the red line. Flips it in left side of Dion. It's loose in the corner as Price will beat everybody to it and shoots it down the ice. He'll take the icing here as the Islanders race back to make the touch.
Clear it down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call. And a big face-off coming up in the Pittsburgh zone. 54 seconds left in regulation time. The official shots on goal, 43-16 in favor of the Islanders at this point. important face-off coming up. The Islanders have won 43% of the face-offs in this game tonight. And they will have Butch Goring taking the face-off against Pat Boutette. 54 seconds left in regulation time. The Islanders were on the carpet, on the mat, and came bouncing back from a 3-1 deficit to tie it. Goring against Boutette. And they're both tossed out of there, so Bourne and McLeish will take the face-off. Very, very important face-off to the left of the Pittsburgh goal. Pittsburgh win the face-off, and Carlisle clears to Boutette, to McLeish. Pittsburgh 3-on-2 break. McLeish moving in. And the play goes offside as over on left wing Boutette, a little over anxious, in ahead of the play. 44 seconds left in the third period. If I am not mistaken, every game that the USA Network has done so far in the playoffs has been a sudden death overtime game. And if this game is tied in another 44 seconds, it will be a 3-for-3 performance. Face-off will be at the New York blue line. There you see the time clock, the scoreboard. 44 seconds. Trotwig against Salarov. Trotwig comes up with the puck at center ice. Now Brian Trotwig shooting it off the boards into the Pittsburgh zone. Carlisle back to get it. Luring one. Salarov unable to get it up. McEwen holding it in. Then Salarov fell on top of the puck, and with 30 seconds left, the faceoff is going to be just inside the Pittsburgh blue line. The third game of this series went into overtime. Rick Kehoe scored for Pittsburgh to win it. And we have just 30 seconds left in regulation time here. 3-1 Pittsburgh led, and McEwen scored at 14:33 on a power play. Dinelli at 17:39 to tie it. Here is Shutt for Pittsburgh, shooting it to center ice. Morrow back after it. Morrow clearing one down into the Penguin zone. Baxter back after it. They wave off the icing. Baxter clearing it to the rookie McClellan.
McClellan's pass intercepted and set by the Islanders' Bossy, and recovered by Salarov with 7. He goes cross ice at the red line, stolen by Bossy with 4. Bossy across the blue line, poked away. That will do it, as this third period has come to an end. And for the second time in this playoff series, we are going to overtime.
And what a third period, as the Islanders came back from a 3-1 deficit on goals by Mike McEwen and John Tonelli. Tonelli tying the game at 17:39. The shots on goal over 60 minutes. The New York Islanders have had 43, Pittsburgh 18. The score at the end of regulation time. In Game 5 of a best-of-5 series, the New York Islanders 3, the Pittsburgh Penguins 3. We'll return with our between-period activities right after this. Mike Bossy has had 7. John Tonelli had 6. And here we go to sudden death. Goring, Tonelli, and Nystrom starting for the Islanders against Salarov. Shutt. And on the right side, the rookie Kevin McClellan. Bruce Hood, the referee, drops the puck. The Islanders' Dennis Potvin moves right into the Pittsburgh zone, feeding it to Tonelli. McClellan tied him up. Now Hoffman back to the net, couldn't get it. Here's Goring, centered. Nystrom missed it in front of the net. And back comes Shutt, shooting one into the Islanders' zone. Potvin is there to pick it up. Here's Dennis Potvin. Potvin moves across the line, couldn't get around the defense. Now Tonelli with a try, but he was checked by McLeish. Nystrom into the corner. Gets tied up on the play, and then McLeish came in for Pittsburgh, fell on top of the puck. And we'll have a face-off in the Pittsburgh zone as we look at the man who tied up this game for the New York Islanders, John Tonelli. Gary, the old days, you used to play overtime cautiously. The modern era, it seems you go out and try and score as quick as you can.
Well, that seems to be the way, Dan, and that certainly has been the way in the overtime games we've seen thus far this year. The Islanders, Dan, by the way, are 15-5 when it comes to overtime victories. The Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2.
Pittsburgh last year lost in the fifth and deciding game of the first round of the playoffs in double overtime against St. Louis. Here's a shot from the point by Langevin, blocked. Now Ferguson kicks the puck back of his goal. Trotwig in there after it. DeBossi in front to Trotwig to Clark Gillies. Shoots, Dion the save, rebound, and McLeish comes up with it. McLeish flipped it to center. Ferguson doesn't have a stick, now gets one at the Pittsburgh bench. The Islanders clear it down the ice. And as Price plays the puck, an icing call against New York. And a face-off back in the Islanders zone.
Well, you know, Dan, if you're picking the guy that's going to do it for the New York Islanders, if they are fortunate enough to win this overtime game, never mind Mike Bossy right now. I think that really you got to go with those guys that have been really putting out the hard work. And looking at number 9, Clark Gillies out there, or John Tonelli, or a money player, Bob Nystrom.
We remind our viewers again that because of the overtime in this game, Major League Baseball preview will not be seen this evening. Major League Baseball preview scheduled for 11 o'clock Eastern Time will not be seen this evening because of the length of this game and because of the overtime. Trotwig against Bullard. Here is a shot from the point, and Smith makes a save on Paul Baxter's shot. Here are the Islanders with Potvin trying to carry out of his own zone, gives it to Ken Morrow. Morrow flipping it in. Baxter back after it to Ferguson. Ferguson ahead to Bullard. Here's a 2-on-1 Pittsburgh break. Bullard moving in, right in, he shoots. Smith got a piece of that with his goal stick. Oh, big chance for Bullard. Now the Penguins, Trotwig starts out on right wing. Here's Brian Trotwig. Into the corner, tied up by Price, who cleared it around. Bourne knocks it down. Behind the net to Trotwig. Trotwig flips it in front. Breaking it up was Bullard, who gives it to McLeish. Now to Ferguson. George Ferguson leaves it for Bullard. Bullard cutting in. Bullard back to the net. Trying to center. Here's McLeish. In behind the net to Bullard, but McEwen tied him up, and Langevin headmans it to Bossy to Trotwig. Long shot to Dion. Gets his arm on and steers over the glass and into the crowd.
The crowd here is giving a big roar of approval as they see the Quebec Nordique score being flashed on the scoreboard. 3-2 Quebec in overtime. Dale Hunter, the goal-getter for the Nordiques. And as we said, Quebec moves on to the divisional finals, whereas Montreal goes home and possibly shovel some more snow. This has got to be as early as ever that the Montreal Canadiens have exited from a playoff series. Face off to the right of Michel Dion.
Wayne Merrick, Anders Kallur, and Bobby Bourne out there for the Islanders. Pat Boutette, Paul Gardner, and Rick Keogh for the Penguins. Langevin and McEwen back on defense. At left and right point defense. Off the draw. Merrick knocks it behind the net, but Carlisle's got it there. Carlisle looks to start up. Comes in front of his own goal. Flips it out left wing for Gardner. Rolls it to Boutette. Boutette to the Islander line. Boutette trying to make a move around Langevin. Pokes the puck to the boards. Boutette centers in front. Keogh was cutting there, and Smitty covers up the puck away from Keogh, who never got to the puck, but a dangerous play developing anyway.
Boutette made a nice move to get wide on Dave Langevin. Davey caught up to him along the boards to the left of Billy Smith and took him out. But he still managed, Boutette did, to flip that pass in front of the net where Keogh was going. Kehoe got there, but Smitty intercepted it on a closed play, face-off to his left.
Merrick and Boutet for the face-off. Remember, Stephen Pearson got hurt early in the game, so the Islanders have been forced to go with 5 defensemen, and they've got to be tired at this point. Merrick and Boutet left side of Billy Smith, won by the Penguins. Here's Keogh's drive, sticked into the corner by Smitty on a deflection, picked up by Merrick, rolls it out to the point. Hotham can't keep it in, and Boutet covers up in center ice, goes cross ice to Carlisle. He'll shoot it wide of the net, and off the boards, Bourne's got it. He dumps it to center ice where Hotham's got it. Hotham at the red line, on the stick of Gardner, who backhands one in, wound behind the net and stopped by Smitty. He leaves for McEwen. Mike looking to come out, nearly stolen by Boutet. Along the boards, Bourne, forecheck by Keogh, and Boutet in the corner. No help there as Boutet works it free. Boutet trying to feed Gardner. It's poked away to the boards. After it goes Keogh. Keogh along the boards, and Kallur steals. In center ice, Wayne Merrick coming in 1-on-2. Now help with Kallur. Merrick is checked out of the play as Dion flips the puck into the right point, and it's kept in now. The Penguins have it. In center ice, Carlisle to Keogh. Drops it for Boutet. Boutet down the left side to down the line. A drop for Keogh. It's loose at the blue line, poked ahead into center ice by Tonelli, and Gardner flips one in. Islanders have it now at their own line. A lead on right wing to Bobby Knott. He sweeps the puck in and will go after the puck in the corner along with Tonelli. A battle along the boards. Worked free by the Islanders. Tonelli spun around. Puck loose along the boards, and Gardner will pick it up. He shoots it to center where Potvin's got it. We've played nearly 4 minutes of the overtime no score. Islanders poke it in deep. Here's Tonelli deep in the corner. Tonelli takes a hard check, feeds in front, and Price breaks it up. Price backhands one out to the blue line. Gardner shoots it down. Racing back to play at Kenny Morrow. He'll get the touch. Icing will be the call on the Penguins. And we'll have a face-off coming up. 16:02 to go in the overtime. We are tied at 3-3. We'll take a break in the action.
Appearing at the Nassau Coliseum on April 17th at 7:30 will be Alabama, Mickey Gilley, Johnny Lee, and the Thrasher Brothers in a country western spectacle. Tickets are $12.50 and $11.50 and are now on sale at the Coliseum box office and Ticketron outlets. Prior to the concert at 5:30, there will be an Alabama country and western family-style dinner in the Coliseum's Arena Club. For further information and reservations, call 516-794-7820.
Brian Trottier and Andre Saint-Laurent to face it off, right side of Michel Dion. Off the draw, it comes to the Penguins. McClellan, who dumps it to center. Potvin racing after it. Shutt knocks it in. Here's Shutt coming down the right side from the angle. The shot deflects wide, and Trottier will roll it out to center where McClellan covers up at the red line and dumps it right back in behind the Islander goal. Kenny Morrow sweeps it around the boards now for Trottier. Brian looking to come up. Brian headmans in center ice to Gillies. Gillies will dump it into the corner, takes a check from Hotham as Dion will play the puck on to Carlisle. He flips it along the boards. Potvin pinching in deep, keeps it in. Saint-Laurent trying to clear it out, kept in by Morrow. He takes the shot, saved by Dion. And in the corner, it is picked up by Hotham. He eludes a check from Gillies and gets it up ahead in center ice. Saint-Laurent on the right side, coming in on Potvin. Saint-Laurent going cross ice. It deflects off a stick behind the net, now on the stick of Kenny Morrow. 15:15 to go in the overtime. We're tied 3-3. Michael Bossy down the right wing, takes the shot way wide off the boards as it's picked up by Price. Price out of his own end. A lead off the left wing boards for Baxter. Races to get it at the red line. Baxter coming down the left side. Baxter with a shot. It's offside called on the Penguins as Ferguson coming down the right side was ahead of the play, and we'll have a face-off coming up with exactly 5 minutes gone in this overtime. Keisha joined us late. Islanders led 1-0 in the second. Penguins roared back with 3 quick goals to take a 3-1 lead after 2. Islanders at 14:33 of the third period made it 3-2 on a McEwen goal, and then John Tonelli tied it at 17:39 of the third period. That's where we stand right now. Off the draw, Price at center ice. Rolls it across the Island line, intercepted there by McEwen. McEwen on right wing for Dwayne Sutter, cutting down the right side. He drops it back for Brother Brent, who's checked off the play, and McLeish will pick it up. McLeish with Bullitt on the right side. Bullitt coming down on Langeman. Bullitt, a drop for McLeish, cutting into the right circle. Takes the shot, knocked away. It's coming out to the left point, kept in by Price. He skates in. Price skates in, shoots, deflected off of Smitty. And back out to the right point, Baxter. Baxter keeps it in. Knocked away by a diving Bourne, but it's recovered by the Penguins. Baxter shoots wide. It's hung up behind the net, and a face-off will come, I believe, outside the blue line as the Penguins shot it in.
Paul Baxter took the drive from the right point for the Pittsburgh Penguins. It missed the net to the left, and it rebounded off the boards in the back of the net and lodged itself there, and it will have to be brought up outside the Islander blue line. And I would have to feel that the Islanders would want to take as many shots as possible on Michel Dion, as he has to be a tired goaltender, but they have not done too much shooting at him here in the opening 5.5 minutes of this first overtime period.
And Pittsburgh has put a lot of pressure on. Islanders control now on center ice. Here's Goring for Tonelli, sweeping down the left side, tries to feed a cutting Nystrom in front, knocked away. Tonelli recovers. Johnny pulled down as it goes into the corner. Carlisle sweeps it to the far side as he takes a heavy check. Here's Nystrom trying to kick the puck free as it rolls to the blue line. Goring can't keep it in. It's loose. Bullet picks it up, and the Penguins may have a 3-on-2. Fuller down the right side. Bullet with a shot is deflected. He gets it back to Carlisle, closing in. He shoots. Knocked down in front. Islanders. Mike McEwen's got it. Headman to head and center ice. Tonelli on a breakaway. Baxter trying to get him from behind. He will catch up to him as Tonelli rolls it wide. No penalty call. Tonelli gets it to Nystrom in front. He shoots. Scores! Scores! Bobby Nystrom has won the game for the Islanders in overtime at 6:19. And Michel Dion face down as the Islanders mob Bobby Nystrom. And we go to the next round, and there's Bedlam at the Coliseum. Mr. Bobby Nystrom, Mr. Playoffs, and the Islanders win it by a score of 4-3.
John Tonelli scores the goal that sends the Islanders into the divisional finals. And what a goal it was. He took a long pass just outside his own blue line and raced. He was a tired man. He could not make it all the way to the net as he was caught from behind by Paul Baxter in a valiant effort to make it back and defend his net. While the shot was taken, it was a weak one. It missed the net to the right. And then there was a gamble in front of the net. The scramble happened. Bobby Nystrom tried to put it in from the right side of the net. He was knocked down. And then finally Tonelli came in. He put it in over the fallen goaltender as Nystrom and Tonelli jumped in joy. And Tonelli, with incredible determination, gives the Islanders new life as they now move on to their next series. It will not be easy, but at least it's not elimination. Johnny Tonelli, his second goal of the game, third goal of the playoffs from Nystrom and McEwen. And the time of the goal is 6 minutes and 19 seconds of the first overtime. And the Islanders, without a doubt, have been scared and will long remember this game and this series as the players shake hands on their way to their respective dressing rooms. And a dejected team, the Pittsburgh Penguins, should feel very, very proud of themselves as they have given the Islanders an awful lot of work and have really created some kind of a series. Barry?
John, how fitting that John Tonelli and Bobby Nystrom, a couple of the hardest workers, are down there at the end of the ice. It was Tonelli who tied up the game at 17:39 in regulation play when it looked like the Islanders' comeback would be stymied. And Tonelli in overtime, the same guy who got the goal against Colorado in the closing seconds to give the Islanders the 15-game winning streak, comes back to win it here. And what an effort by John Tonelli, as the Islanders come up with a victory, and the Islanders come away, and as you said, John, with a big, big scare, and now head on for the Rangers.
Now, the thing that you have to consider, Barry, is this. The Islanders are not a well team. They're tired, very tired. And not only that, they're hurting. Mike Bossy is injured, and you have Stefan Pearson, who also is out. Who knows how serious his injury is? He was missed tonight on that power play. But the important thing right now, and the Islanders will take it one step at a time, is that they have won. And the time of that key goal, scored by John Tonelli, McEwen, and Nystrom assisting, was 6 minutes and 19 seconds of the first overtime.
And that will go down in Islander history, certainly, along with the goal scored by Bobby Nystrom. What a comeback. And John and I will be back to check the incredible out-of-town scoreboard, which finds L.A. still leading Edmonton 5-2, and Quebec having beaten Montreal 3-2. What an incredible night. We'll be back in a moment.
4-3. And John Tonelli, if there's one thing I remember about you, it's scoring big goals at big times.
Oh, thanks, Al. I was just there at the right time, right spot, and...
Oh, stop. You worked to get there, and you know it.
Well, geez, I was so tired I couldn't even make it down on the breakaway. But thank God Bobby and I was there. I get passed to him, and he had a good chance, and I got the rebound.
How scared were you tonight?
Very scared, very scared. When it was 3-1, you work so hard all season, you ended up in first place. But the regular season doesn't mean a thing. A team like Pittsburgh, who played so well against us, and the score is 3-1, and we're got that feeling. Hey, we're gonna get beat if we don't get going.
I remember so many times hearing a big goal from you. Let's take a look at it again. You can watch it right down here and relive this happy moment for you. You started out coming in on the blue line, and then you were tackled down. And just tell me a little bit of what was going through your mind as you recovered.
Right there, I haven't got that much energy left, and I'm just trying to block Paul Baxter from taking me out. Then I get up. I got to get the puck, and I know Bobby Nystron's following me up on the play, so I know he's in front of the net. And I just gave it to him, and he had a hell of a chance there. And I just got the rebound. Oh, jeez.